digital medium. And though digital medium can be anything, they can be search engine, social media, email, display, or mobile applications. So digital marketing is all about building and maintaining customer relationship through online activity to facilitate the exchange of idea, product, services that satisfy the goal of both parties. And here both parties are customer, a consumer, and the businesses. In simple terms, digital marketing is all about getting found online. In a traditional marketing, if you plan to start your business or if you want to launch your business in a traditional marketing, so first thing you need a place, maybe a shop or maybe a location where you can start your shop or business. Then you need to hire some employees, some you need to showcase your product in the shop. You need to do some kind of interior of the shop. Then for promotion part, you can hang a banner outside your shop, or maybe hoarding on the roadside, or maybe you can print pamphlets and circulate them. It's a part of traditional marketing. But in digital marketing, if you want to start your business online, or if you want to do business on internet, then what are the things you can do? You can create a website or mobile application, or you can use social media handles to connect with your audience or advertise, or you can create account on local directory like Google My Business or Yahoo Small Business or Bing Places. So there are lots of options available in digital marketing if you are planning to launch your business on internet. Now, why do you need to plan or prepare yourself for digital marketing, especially if you are a business owner or if you are looking for a job in digital marketing or in marketing in near future? The main importance of digital marketing, especially for students, job seekers, and business owners, is that these days people are going online from a small thing, or maybe they want to buy a big product or they want to invest a lot of money. Every single information we are getting online. So people are spending a lot of time online, and average time an adult spend on internet around 3 to 4 hours in a day, and it's an estimate on urban population of India. That India, in urban population in cities like Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Jaipur, an average person spends 3 to 4 hours on the internet. Maybe he's using a social media handle, or maybe he's watching a YouTube video, or checking website, or searching any search engine like Google or Bing. But they are using internet frequently and daily around 3 to 4 hours. Some of the parts like a major urban city or metro cities have a internet consumption of around 7 to 8 hours in a day. And we are shifting from traditional medium to digital medium. Earlier we used to watch movies and series on television. Nowadays we have an OTT platform for that, and we are using internet for that. Same thing with newspapers. Earlier we used to read newspaper early in the morning, a physical copy of newspaper. Nowadays we are reading same newspaper on e-newspaper section on internet, or maybe we are following their pages on social media handles and reading article there. So now population audience is shifting to digital mediums, and companies and businesses know that how much time we are spending on internet and how much data we are consuming every single day for entertainment purpose, for information purpose. And when companies see these numbers, when companies see that there are lots of people investing a lot of time on internet, they start creating or investing on digital marketing. And when they are doing it, it's creating a lot of job for them, or it also helping them to generate a lot of revenue. Every single person, especially in the urban city, is going online for a lot of things. Maybe he's going online for information of a new product, or for review, or for services, or to find a location. Maybe if they have some kind of a question and they need answer, they are going to Google and searching it. Maybe they need some kind of a help, so they are going to social media handles or search engine to get a help. Or maybe they need information, or they are working on their office project or school project or college project, or they need some kind of a research, or maybe they are need some kind of entertainment, so they are watching OTT platform like Netflix, Amazon Prime, or YouTube, or maybe they are just connecting with their friends on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, or any other social media platform. So our needs can be different, but we are all, everyone is going on online. Around 70 to 80% of Indian population is going online every day, especially with this cheap mobile devices and affordable data. Everyone can now these days go online and check any content online. So it's a really good opportunity for businesses to advertise on digital channel, as well as when they are advertising on digital channel. So it's directly creating lots of job, freelancing work, internship, as well as the part-time jobs. Now, when we are learning about digital marketing, so it's really important for us to understand how digital marketing is different from traditional marketing. So traditional marketing, when we are using traditional channel for advertisement, like newspapers, television advertisement, radio advertisement, banners, or hoarding. Digital marketing, when we are using digital channels for advertisement, like social media, search engine, display, or mobile application. So how they are actually different, and why digital marketing is better than traditional marketing, and why company is starting to invest more on digital marketing, and they are cutting down their budget on traditional marketing. So there are lots of points here, like digital marketing put the customer in control. So now customer in digital marketing is totally in control. Before buying a product, they can actually compare the product, they can actually check the reviews, they can actually check the competitor website. So here consumers are in total control. They don't need to worry about. In traditional marketing, there is no option to do a research on a product before buying it, or to check a testimonial or review of a product before buying it. Also, digital marketing or online marketing provide convenience. You can shop or enroll for any kind of services or buy a product directly from home, and the product will be delivered at your home. So you are in total control, as well as totally convenience. Like this crash course, you book this crash course in just 1 or 2 minutes from your home, and you are attending this crash course from your home. Same in traditional marketing, if you want to attend a workshop or a seminar, you have to physically go to that place, book your tickets, then again on the day of the seminar or workshop, you will go again and sit on the seminar hall and attend the lecture. Then you go back home after attending the seminar. So it is much hectic as compared to digital or online marketing. Also, it drives or increase the satisfaction. That means you can connect with the customer care, you can connect with the business, you can engage with them on the social media handles, on the comment boxes, on the chat boxes, or by email, or by WhatsApp. You can connect with your clients, with the business owners. So when the consumers are easily able to connect with the business owner, it increases the satisfaction, brand loyalty. When consumers are in control, business doing, it's provide you convenience, it's improve satisfaction. So in that case, it's also increase the brand loyalty. When customers are satisfied with your business, satisfied with your product, and you are actually serving them really good, so you can retain customer. And we call them in digital marketing retaining website traffic or retaining customer, which will be measured by brand loyalty. Those who are coming again on your website, social media handle, and buying a product again from you. The next thing and the important part of having a digital marketing campaign is that you can reduce the cycle, selling cycle. You can actually buy a product or enroll for a service within a 1 or 2 minutes. In traditional marketing, it's impossible. It will take hours or maybe days to buy a product, to research about it, to go to a physical location, then buy the product from there, and then come back home with that product. Same with the services. Also, it reduces the cost of sale. when you are doing everything online, so there is a less manual labor, there is a less cost of infrastructure, like the price you are paying for the rent for the shop, the electricity bill, the municipal taxes, the number of employees you need to manage your shop. So you can also reduce the cost if you are doing everything online. You can also build your brand online because of the number of active users we have on internet. But the most important factor in the digital marketing, why digital marketing is important as compared to traditional marketing, is targeted result. You can target your audience on digital marketing. In traditional marketing, it is impossible to target audiences. For example, everyone is read newspaper, whether it's a rickshaw puller or a middle class family or high class family. Everyone watch those same channel on television which you are watching, whether it is a small kid or a adult or an old person. Same with the radio. So now when you are advertising on traditional channel, everyone can watch your advertisement, whether they are interested on your product or not. But in digital market, you can actually target your audiences. You can actually target that person which is interested in your product. You can actually select the age group. You can actually select the location. You can actually select the interest and behavior of your potential customer. That's the benefit of using digital marketing. The second important factor in digital marketing, it is measurable. You can't measure the success in traditional marketing. After running advertisement on a TV or in newspaper, you can't find out how many people watch or saw your advertisement on a newspaper or a television or listen your advertisement on a radio. You can't find out. But in traditional marketing, you can find out actual exact number. How many people you reach, how many people click on your website, how many people buy a product from your website. And the last point of the importance of digital marketing over traditional marketing is that it is cost effective. Where traditional marketing required a budget of at least from 15 to 20,000, from 2 to 3 crore, depend upon the channel you are using. If you are using printing the pamphlet and poster, then 50 to 20,000. If you are choosing advertisement on a newspaper, then 1 or 2 lakh rupees. If you are choosing advertisement on a television, then 1 or 2 crore. So in traditional marketing, the budget starts from 10 to 15,000. It can go up to 2 crore or 3 crore. But in digital marketing, you can run advertisement just in 100 rupees or 200 rupees. So digital marketing is a way cheaper as compared to traditional marketing. And if you compare the number of audience available on traditional marketing and digital marketing, you will find out that audience on digital marketing is way more as compared to traditional marketing. In digital marketing, we have an audience of around 675 million. That is 67 crore in India only. Those who are using digital channels. In traditional marketing, we don't have that much of in any single platform. Now, when you decide to do digital marketing and you plan to start your business online on any digital platform, or you want to create your digital footprint on internet, there are lots of ways to do that. You can create a website or social media handle, or create a local SEO or local listing or a mobile application. So in next 2 days, we will try to cover at least 2 to 3 points out of these channels we can use to create our digital footprint on internet. And first we will start with the website. So website is really popular when it's come to create your digital footprint or presence on internet. And website was way more popular before 2010. Before 2010, website was the only option to create your digital presence on internet. But after 2010, there are certain changes on digital platform, and the best example for that is social media. After 2012, when Facebook and Instagram rolled out the Instagram business account or LinkedIn pages or Facebook pages, businesses started using social media handle to create, to engage, to publish the content as well as to advertise and target the audiences on social media platform. So after 2012, website is not necessity. You can achieve the same goal with social media handle. Same thing happened after 2015 with the local directories like Google My Business, Yahoo Business, Bing Places, or we used local directories before 2018 like Just Dial or Yellow Pages. Businesses created their account on those local directories or local listing to create their presence on internet and to connect with their audience on internet and to drive traffic on their offline store. And again, another important change on digital marketing was with the mobile application. Those who don't want to create website because there is a large number of mobile users these days in India or worldwide, so they started creating mobile application for their businesses. So there are lots of ways in digital marketing which you can use to create your online presence or to connect with your audience on internet. And the number one we are learning today is website. So as I told you earlier, that website was really popular before 2010, and even before 2010, website was really costly and really hard to create. But in 2021, websites are not really hard to create. Websites are not costly, they are really cheap, and websites are not necessary. But still we are learning about how to create a website and the importance of website. Why? Because website provide you a business look. If you have a website, your customer can put a trust and faith on your brand. Without having a website, it's really hard to convert your lead into a sale. If you want to show yourself as a professional, or if you want to establish your business on internet, you need a website. Website give you a professional look, especially when you are targeting B2B businesses. So websites are not necessary, but having a website can give you professional look and increase the number of conversion. Those businesses which are using only social media to connect and advertise and sell their product online, if they create a website, they can increase their turnover by 70 to 80%. At least they can double down their turnover or profit by just creating a website. Social media handle, because people believe on those brands or on those companies, those websites. Now, to create a website, there are three things you require. Number one is domain name. Number two is server. And number three is a web developer, the person who have a knowledge of a coding, HTML, Java, and CSS. Before moving to the specification of the website, let's learn about what actually website is. So website in the simple terms, in the digital marketing terms, I'm not talking about the IT terms, I'm talking about the simple language. Website is a collection of related material that contain text, images, and may also include video or audio or other type of media. Pick any website on the internet, a bank website or a government website or an institutional website or a gaming website. You will find only 4 types of content there: text-based, media-based, and media may you include image and video, and the audio-based. So either it's a small website or a popular website. All the websites have only 4 to 5 types of content: text, image, video, and audio. So website is basically a collection of material, and a website can be a few static pages like normal company's website, like our website idmdelhi.com, 4 to 5 pages: home page, about us page, contact us page, services page, that's it. Or it can be a complex website like Amazon or Make My Trip or ICICI Bank, lots of applications working simultaneously. Inventory, some kind of AI support, some kind of drop shipping application, maybe other type of application they are working simultaneously. So it depends upon businesses. You are creating a normal website or a complex website. So in simple terms, website is your shop on internet. Same like in traditional marketing, you have a physical shop. On internet, your shop is your website. Now, every shop have an address. In a physical location, when you go to a market, you will find every shop or every business have an address. Every home have an address. Same thing on internet. Every website have an address, and that address is your domain name. And domain name is unique, same like addresses are unique. What is a domain name? Domain name is the address of your website. Domain name is the address of your website which people will type on the browser to visit your web page, like www.idmdaily.com. It's our company domain name. It's our company address. If you type this on the URL bar of your browser, you will able to visit our website. The domain name is basically the address of your website on internet. Now, you can buy a domain from 99 rupees to 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, depend upon the domain name, like the car numbers or mobile number. If you are looking for a premium number, like if you bought a car and you need a number of 0001, so obviously you have to pay extra. Same thing with a domain name. If you are looking some kind of a premium domain name, then you have to pay extra lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh rupees. Otherwise, domain are really cheap, starting from 99 rupees per year. And you can buy domain name from GoDaddy, Wix.com, WordPress, Hostlinger, Red Server, and lots of other website builder tools. But when you are taking first step to buy a domain name from any website builder tool, you have to keep few things in your mind. The first thing before buying a domain name is that your domain name should reflect your business name. It can't be like that your business name is different and your domain name is different. If this happens, your customer will get confused. Are they the same business or are they a different business? For example, if my domain name is freshbakery.com and my shop name is Prashant Bakery, so my customer will get confused. Are the shop and the website are from the same owner or from different owner? So remember that whenever you are choosing a domain name, choose a domain name which reflect your business or your business category. So, and domain name are unique. So before naming your business, always check domain is available or not. Then you name your business. Second point, before buying a domain, you have to keep in your mind is that your domain name can't be long more than 2 or 3 words. Because as an audience or as a website visitor or as a person on internet, or especially in this generation, we are too impatient, or you can call also that we are too lazy. We will not write a domain name on the URL bar which have more than 4 to 5 words. So you need to make a really short domain name for your business, because the same domain name will be used for your professional email ID, like hello@idmdelhi.com or info@amazon.com. So domain name you will choose should be really small, maximum 1 or 2 words. If your business name is more than 2 or 3 words, so what you will do? You will use the abbreviation like Institute of Digital Marketing. This is our company name, but our domain name is IDM Delhi, I for Institute, D for Digital, M for Marketing. If your business name is really long, make it short. But your domain name can't be long more than 1 or 2 words. If your domain name is long, you will lose your customer. At least 30 to 40% customer you will lose, all because of long domain name. Now, to create a website, the first step is getting a domain name, and you can buy a domain name from 99 rupees to 10,000 or 1 lakh rupees, depend upon the domain name you want to use and you can buy the domain name from GoDaddy or WordPress or Wix.com. The second part to create a website is getting a server. What actually a server is? So server is a software and hardware derived device that accept and respond the request made by a client. So every mobile device have a storage, every laptop have a storage, and that storage part we store our files, maybe videos, audios, or text-based file, or our documents, or the movies. Same thing. What is a website? Website is a collection of images, audio, text, and video. So you need to save that content of your website somewhere. You can't save it on your laptop or mobile devices because servers work 24/7 and you have to switch off your mobile and laptop anytime. So what we do, we buy a space on a server depend upon our category. For example, for small businesses, 1 or 2 GB is maximum. For e-commerce website, 30 to 40 GB is maximum. For a website which upload lots of videos, unlimited space. So you buy those space, depend upon your business category, on those servers or hosting providers. And those servers are a software or hardware drives which work 24/7 and serve content to a client. So next time a client type a video URL they want to watch on your website, they will type on the URL bar and server will send that content to the client and client will watch that content on their laptop or mobile devices. We call them server because they serve us. That's why we call them server. And same thing, you can buy a server space for 1 GB to unlimited from WordPress, Wix, and GoDaddy, starting from 200 to 20 or 30,000 rupees per year, depend upon how much size you need on their server, 1 GB or 10 GB or unlimited. Before learning about to create a website, you should know that the importance of website. Why you need a website, especially the business owners, or if you are planning to work in digital marketing, you should know the importance of website. The most important part of website is that it's the most powerful tool of digital marketing. If you don't have a website, you are missing out a most powerful tool of marketing. The other important factor of having a website is that it can bring your business online for 24/7. Your shop has a limited time of opening, 10 a.m. to maybe 10 p.m. at the night. After that, you will close your shop and go your home. You can't sell your product. But on your website, you can actually sell your product 24/7, even automatically. You don't need to manually do anything. Everything will be happen automatically. Also, you don't need to print the pamphlet, postal, or brochures. You can create a digital copy or online brochure on your website or social media handle, and they can watch it before buying your product. Also, if you have a website, they can actually search you on a Google, because Google mostly shows website. So, and every time we use Google around 4 to 5 times in a day. If you have a website, you can attract lot of customer directly from a Google, and you can increase around 60 to 70% of your sale. Also, website is really good option to influence your customer. It can build confidence, and you can build a professional and a corporate image with a website. And also, websites are not local, just like your store. You can get customer from all over the India as well as from all over the world. Same like us, we have a student from USA, European countries, Malaysia, Afghanistan, or African countries. So having a website also increase the reach, and you can get customer from worldwide. Also, nothing is better than showing off. In marketing, is everything is all about showing off how you are better than others. And having a website can really help you achieve that. Now, before we learn other things about website, remember that the website you will create for your business, or if you become a digital marketer in near future, the website you will create for your client should be responsive website. So now, what is a responsive website basically means? So responsive website means a web design which look good on all devices. And devices mean desktop, laptop, tablet, and mobile devices. A responsive web design is which automatically adjusts itself for different screen sizes and viewpoints. Every single person is using a different device or different screen size. I'm using a 14-inch MacBook or 6-inch mobile device. Maybe you are using a 15-inch laptop or 20-inch desktop or 5-inch mobile device or maybe 10-inch tablet. If you create a normal website and use a different screen to open the same website, what you will find out, your website will not look good. The corners will cropped out, the images will overlay with each other, text will overlay with each other. That's the problem with having a unresponsive website. So it's really necessary to create a responsive website for your business, which automatically adjusts itself on different screen sizes. Otherwise, you have to do it manually. And if you do anything manually, it will increase the cost of your business. Now, there are also other advantage of having a responsive website. Number one, you can attract a wider audiences. If your website is looking really good, so obviously you will get more customer. If your website is not looking good, you will get less customer. Easier to monitor analytics. When we measure the success of our marketing campaign using the analytic tools like Google Analytics or SEMrush, it's easier to maintain if our website is responsive. Number three, easier to maintain because it automatically adjusting, so you don't need to do any manual effort into it. Boost for SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. When search engine rank our website, so it's clearly mentioned in the guidelines of Google and other search engines that if your website is responsive, they will rank them higher. If your website is unresponsive, they will rank them lower. So always create a mobile responsive or responsive website. Otherwise, they will rank you lower. And you know that 90% traffic comes from the first page of Google. If your website on the second page or third page, you will not get a single customer. No one visits second page or third page of search engine page. Lower bounce rate. What actually bounce rate means? Bounce rate means how many people are leaving your site after opening it within a few seconds. If lots of people leaving your site within a 2-3 seconds, it will increase your bounce rate. And higher bounce rate means lower ranking. Lower bounce rate means higher ranking. So you have to get a responsive website to get lower bounce rate or higher ranking. And the last one is improve the conversion rates. So those who are visiting your website, are they taking any action on your website or not? If your website is responsive, if your website is looking really good on all screen sizes, your customer will take action on your website and it will increase your conversion rate. If your website is unresponsive and really dull and really hard to use, customer will close your website and go to your competitor website, and it will bring down your conversion rate. To improve your conversion rate, you need to create a responsive website. And that's how a responsive website look like. It will automatically adjust itself on different screen sizes, whether it's a desktop or a laptop or a tablet or a mobile vertical view or a mobile horizontal view. Desktop and laptop have a lot of horizontal space, so the menu will be appear on the horizontal bar. But in tablets and mobile devices, it will appear on the vertical bar because of the lesser space. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to manually create a different menu section for mobile devices because mobile devices have a less space. If you create a responsive website, it will automatically adjust for mobile devices. For mobile devices, they will create a menu on a vertical bar. Same thing you can see here. There are 4 elements here on the desktop one. 1, 2, 3, 4. But on laptop, only 3. On tablet, only 2. And a mobile, only 1. because they have a less horizontal space. So no manual person or employee doing it. It automatically happening because they created a responsive website. This is all about creating a responsive website which is automatically adjusting itself on different screen sizes. So always remember that when you are planning to launch your business on internet, by creating a website, you need to create a website which is a mobile friendly or responsive one. Now, you know that you need to create a responsive website. So there are two ways to create a responsive website. Number one way is to create a responsive website without using a website builder tool. And the second way is creating a responsive website with using website builder tool. So if you are not using a website builder tool to create a responsive website, these are the things you will require. Number one, domain. You can buy domain name from 99 to 10,000 rupees, depend upon premium or normal one from GoDaddy or Hostlinger or WordPress. Number two, server. Again, 1,000 to 20,000 rupees, depend upon the size you need on the server. You can buy from WordPress or GoDaddy or other platform. After buying domain name or server, you need a UX specialist, user interface specialist, who will design the template of your website, how your website will appear, where will be the image, where will be the content, where will be the other element. Then you need to hire a content specialist who will create and write content for your website, also will create video and images for your website. Then you need to hire a web developer who have a knowledge of HTML, Java or CSS, who will design your website. Then you need a web developer again who will develop your website, the small changes in your website. Again, the person should have knowledge of HTML, Java and CSS. Then you need a tester who will do quality check on your website. Every product go through a quality check. Same with your website. Then you need to hire a SEO expert, because there are millions of websites on a same business category, and Google will rank only 10 websites on the first page. So if you want to stand out from out of those millions, and you want to appear your website or rank your website on the first page, you need a SEO expert. So you need at least 6 employees to design a website. And what is the average salary of one employee? 25 to 30,000 rupees. So how much you are investing to create a website for your business if you are creating a responsive website without a website builder tool? Around 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees. It's really costly. That's why always create a responsive website using a website builder tool. And what you require to do that? A domain name. You can buy it from anywhere. An account on a website builder tool. You can create account on a GoDaddy, WordPress or Wix.com. Or content. You can create content on a Canva or Adobe Photoshop. Or images. You can download images from Google, or you can click your own product images and upload them on your website. So how much investment here? Only 2 to 3,000 rupees. Now compare 2 lakh rupees or 2,000 rupees. Which one is higher? 2 lakh rupees. So one business is investing 2 lakh rupees to create a website. One business is investing 2,000 rupees. So you need to learn how to save money when you are doing digital marketing or when you are choosing digital channel to advertise. So that we will learn how to create a website using a website builder tool, and how to create a responsive website using a website builder tool. Now, there are some most important website builder tool in 2021 which you can use depend upon your business category to create a responsive website for your business. Every business is different. Every business category is different. So the website builder tool you will use will depend upon your business category and the need. Number one is the Wix. Wix is the most powerful website builder tool, which is good for all-round website. Any kind of website you want to create, Wix is one of the best tool for that. Second one is Weebly. Weebly is really good for small businesses, those who have a turnover of around 20 to 80 or 1 crore rupees. They can create a website on a Weebly. Easy to maintain, easy to create. Site 123, another website builder tool. great design assistant. They provide lots of creative themes and templates to design a website. If you're looking for creativity, go to Site123. Stringly, best for small website, just one page or two page or maybe a landing page kind of website. You can use this website builder tool. WordPress, best for blogger. If you want to become a blogger, affiliate marketer, want to monetize your website, producing lot of content, article or blogs, WordPress is one of the best platform for that. Writing a blog, no need to think twice. Go to WordPress. Jimbo, a small online store. Let's say 20,000 or 50,000 product in your inventory. Create a store on Jimbo. Webnode, quick and easy setup. Just in 10 to 15 minutes, you can create a website using a Webnode. And Shopify for e-commerce website. If you're planning to create an e-commerce website, nothing is better than a Shopify or WordPress plugin WooCommerce. So these are the most powerful website builder tool in 2021, which you can use to design a responsive website for your business and create your online presence on internet. Now we will try to compare one or two website builder tool, and then we will pick one website builder tool and try to create a website practically. Number one is Wix. So why Wix is good and one of the best platform for all-round website is because of the customizable design they have, the theme and template they have, more than 500 plus. Also, easiest builder to use. It's not hard to use them. You don't require any kind of coding or any kind of pro knowledge to use that kind of tool. Tons of creative freedom. Any creativity you want to do on your website, you want to get a dynamic website with lots of animation and creativity, Wix provide you that feature. And their plans start from $14 to $56 per month. What are the pro of using this website? Plenty of features they are providing into a free plan. You don't need to actually pay any single penny to Wix.com to create a website. You only need to pay money to Wix.com when you will attach your custom domain to your website like idmdelhi.com. Otherwise, you can create your website on a Wix.com totally free. So they will provide lots of features in a free plan. 250% plus application you can download on Wix website, which can power your site. Like any marketing application, any lead generation application, any dropshipping application, any finance application to manage the finance and sale, or any application to manage the inventory, you can download them directly on a Wix.com. So it can make your ease of doing business. The third one is free SEO tool. So you don't need to buy a third-party SEO tool to rank your website higher on a search engine. Wix will provide you a free tool to rank your website on search engine result pages. What are the cons? Free plans AdWords are very noticeable. So if you are using a free plan or a Wix.com, they will advertise on your website with a advertisement banner on the header part on the top, and it are easily noticeable unless you upgrade your website on a premium one. Can't switch the template after publishing. Once you pick a theme or template, you can't change it after you publish the website. And the last con of using this website is cheapest upgrade cost $14 rupees. That means if you buying the premium plan, at least you have to pay $14 rupees per month. Now there is a second website builder tool, Weebly. Let's see the comparison here. Most scalable features. So there are lots of features you can use to customize your website. Professional free domain. They are giving you free domain if you buy their premium plan. Quick and easy to set up. Really easy to set up. Anyone with a normal knowledge of creating a website can create a really fully functional website on Weebly.com. Pros, great SEO tool they are providing you to rank your website, same like a Wix.com. Subtle Weebly branding. There is no big branding on the free plan. Wix.com, they brand really big on your website on the top part. Weebly don't do that. Huge app store, same like Wix.com, they have application store too, which you can use on your site to increase the performance of your website. What are the cons? Limited free plan feature. In Wix.com, there are lots of free plans feature available, but here there are limited free plan feature available. Editing tools lack creative freedom. So if you want to create something different on your website and you are looking for a lot of creative freedom, you will not find it on Weebly.com. And pop-up advert is bright and distracting. So they don't use advertisement on your website top or center or right corner. They use pop-ups to advertise on your website, and they are not looking good if you are creating a professional website. Now, the third tool is WordPress, which is really good for blogging part. So it's a really powerful tool for blogging. They have the best CMS tool, then generous free storage. If you are using the free plan of a WordPress.com, they will give you a free space of around 2 to 3 GB, and you can save around lot of text and media-based content on that space. Steeper learning curve. It's really easy to learn and create a website on WordPress. What are the pros? Best website builder for blogging purposes. Nothing is better than WordPress if you are looking for blogging. Best domain format for any free plan. They provide best domain if you have any free plan. Huge range of professional themes. They have around 20 to 30,000 themes you can pick to create a website on a WordPress.com. Cons, coding skill help the customization. Any small customization you need to make on your WordPress website, you need a coding for that. In Wix.com or Weebly.com or Shopify, it's easy to do customization without coding, but here on a WordPress, you need a knowledge of a coding or a person who have a knowledge of a coding to do a customization on your website. And the language should be HTML, CSS, or Java. Only suitable for building blogs. So WordPress is mostly suitable for the blog purposes. And the advert removal is expensive. If you are upgrading your website on a premium plan and you want to remove the advertisement from a WordPress.com, it will cost you 10 to 12,000 rupees as compared to Wix.com, where it will cost you around 2 to 3,000 rupees. So WordPress is costlier. You need a knowledge of a coding if you want to do customize your website. Also, it is suitable for WordPress.com for blogging purposes only. So that's all about using a website to creating online presence on internet and creating your digital footprint on the internet. And on our next session, we will learn about how to create a website using a website builder tool and how to create a responsive website for our business. And our next session will start at 6 o'clock. After 9 minutes, we will take a break of 10 minutes and we will meet again at 6 p.m. and start our next session. And I will practically create a website and I will show you how you can do that. So those who want to create a website and those who want to learn how to create a website, do come online with your laptop and do the same thing I'm doing here. And you will see you can create a website within a few minutes. So any question you guys have, you can put up your question on a chat box and we will meet again at 6 o'clock after 8 minutes and start our next session, how to create a website using a website builder tool.